Hi, my name is Joséphine and I'm CEO of Techfugees. Because I met some of you, so welcome back to the one that came back this year from the first summit, and welcome to the one that are new to this one and that told me, oh, and what do you do in life? I'm CEO of Techfugees. I'm the boss here. So I'm really happy that there are new faces, and I want to go back to the summit last year, just to give you an overview of what happened. These are people last year. You see the same space goes here. Here are a few stories of what happened last year. We have Karina who shared with us that she found her CTO here. And our CTO couldn't come last year, but this time we could make it happen because we worked, Karina, Wissam, and I, and some contacts at government level to help us get him through the door. Karina from Tech Academy could find her CTO, and that was through Recoded, who came to pitch last year their coding schools. She talked to them and she found Wissam. Second story is Refugee Action Hub. We were critical in their launch. A lot of other people have told us feedback that they could launch stuff after the Techfugees Summit. They were pumped up with energy and partners. And I think you've experienced it today, yesterday. What you get most out of this summit is the partners, the people you meet from very different areas. As I said, you can meet MSF that says, why do you talk about inclusion when you don't let them in? And you also get people at government level that are trying to do stuff. So you get the former Prime Minister of Greece to talk about the issue. You also get refugees to come and moderate, speak, or pitch. And you get grassroots organization also telling the work they do. So you get all kind of people that can be your peers and that you can work with for the whole year long. Because Techfugees is not a summit. This summit helps us, our mission for the whole year, but it's really the tip of the iceberg. So this is my office. Now, the summit is really the tip of the iceberg because this might not be my office, but it's really close to my office, really. And you have to ask Ambre for that. I want to give you the background of what we do when we're not doing a hackathon and when we're not doing this summit. And the background is, really, Techfugees is 3 people. No, it's 3 people full-time that are here with a ball pit at Station F and working really hard. And it's a team of volunteers that help us on the HQ team every day to get things done. They all have jobs, but on their part-time, they dedicate their time to Techfugees core team. And it's also about local chapters throughout the world that are ambassadors of Techfugees. Techfugees wouldn't be anything without those people, and for most of them, they're volunteers, 99%. Thank you for that, because the team would be, and I see the team here. And so it's not an invite to the Airbnb of Techfugees volunteers right now, but all the volunteers are gathered for the first time at the Airbnb and I hear that it's going well. You're meeting for the first time, you've been messaging, but first time, face to face. So this is Techfugees team. Now, what does Techfugees do outside of events? We go on the ground, we go meet the projects, we go to conferences to talk about these projects, we do a lot of social media, and we do blog posts on the projects. So every 2 weeks, I post about what I see, what I do, what everyone in the network is doing. An event, a meeting, raising money. And for any of you who has a project and is part of the community, you know that you can go on the website, submit a blog post about your project, and we get in, we look, we make research, and we post, or we ask you for more information if we want to get more of a nitty-gritty of your project and make it out there visible. So that's what we do, and we try to support those projects. The other thing that we do in third is really Techfugees is this network of people in different places, this network of events and meetups and people all around the world that are organizing those events. And I am inviting you to meet all of them, to contact them through social media, to contact them through Louise, to organize hackathon together, meetups, or get support on your projects. You know, Techfugees is focused on 5 areas, and so we read about this every day, who's doing what are the newest policies in this, and it's globally. But we only do this. We do not do outside of this because then we're just 3. And lastly, we've put out a guiding principle. So that's a guiding principle, like a charter, but we didn't want it to be too official and didn't put it as a charter. But we thought we would share our sort of best practices of what we've seen, of what works and doesn't work. And I think what doesn't work is even more interesting than what works, because not replicating the same mistake makes you save time. And so I'm inviting you to go on the website, it's all online, and you can go in with more details about all these guiding principles that we've put out, that for us are important when you do technology for refugees, that should not be taken away, or you should have an answer to them. I say this for the ones that are in this place that have applied to the challenge. You've seen this, you had to sign that you all had read this. And it's like the TNC, yeah, we read, but we didn't make it so long, so please read it. But all the people pitching today have read that, they said so, and we've also scored their applications based on this. So this is really important, you know, because some people might ask why they were not selected, and everyone who asked, we replied, we gave them the score, we gave them the feedback from the jury, and it might have been that some of the places here we didn't have answers on your application for. It's not that you're doing bad tech, it's just we don't see how you're using human-centered design, what's the data protection policy you have, or the sustainability. But these are not just the criteria, obviously, we had others. So what's for 2019, now that I've told you, like, this team of 3 people, plus 12 on the core team, volunteers, plus 100 of ambassadors in the world? What do we have planned for 2019? The chapters are going to get more hackathons going, and it's not that we believe that we do need always new ideas and more ideas, because it gets fresh and they get a new perspective. But we also want to support the people that have already built projects to come to the hackathons and get better help. So we'll do a lot more hackathons, and I'm inviting you to contact your local chapter based on the map that I just showed you, so you can contact the person in your local country and say, hey, can we do a hackathon around our app, around our project, and see what we can do. What we're going to do next after this summit, tomorrow I sleep, and the team sleeps. Ambre said that she will come to the office on Monday. I'm not sure I'm coming. And we're going to support the 5 winners. We're going to have 5 winners, and for a year, they'll be supported by Techfugees, and we'll follow up to connect them to resources, in kind or financial and emotional support also. That's important. And lastly, and that's a project that's really close to the heart of Techfugees that has been going on for the beginning of Techfugees. It's been 3 years that we're trying to really, comment on dit accoucher? To give birth to this, but I think we kind of are giving birth right now, yeah. It's Basefugees. It's this platform where we move out of Facebook, because not everyone wants to be on Facebook, and everybody's leaving Facebook anyway. And we can have you connect and not have to come to the summit to connect with the people in this room, but you can actually go online and see what everybody's doing, who's financing what, and stuff. And Mandana will talk about it right after, so she'll talk about it much better than me, and she's actually owning the project and leading on this. But before we do all of this and tell you the big plans and big ambitions, and I want to just bring on stage 2 people that are important to Techfugees, because we launched in 2018 a women fellowship. And those 2 people are going to tell us how we did this pilot. We did it in collaboration with Techfugees France. It was the first chapter to say, yes, we'll want to help refugee women in France and get them exposed to the tech startups, get employment in them. And I'm really glad to have Rola and Enora. So the fellowship was 12 women that we selected to be helped by Techfugees for 6 months, to get exposed to the tech community, to help their employment prospects, and to use technology for that end. Rola, can you tell us why first you applied to the Techfugees fellowship?
Hi everyone. So why? When you hear about a program, a fellowship for women only, wow. And in technology, what a combination. So I was really tempted by the whole title of the program and by the program itself. So I wanted to see what is it about, what I will gonna learn, be updated about recent technologies, and also what kind of training, studies that I can do in order to find a job in this field. So this is why I have chose this program.
And you've been selected, so congratulations, because not everyone
It was a pleasure.
And Rola, can you tell us what did you get out of the fellowship?
Actually, it was and still a memorable experience for me. First of all, I've met you as a team, and I have seen your serious work and serious intention to succeed and to help us succeed as well. We have met inspirational women in the field of technology. I remember Céline Larzot.
Céline Larzot from Litchi.
From Litchi. And as well with the Samplon, for example, we knew what are the jobs available in this field of technology, where we can find the trainings, and where to look for a job.
Thank you, Rola.
Thank you, Joséphine.
And Rola, maybe last question, it was not on the program. What's up? What are you doing now?
Oh, this is a big question because I do a lot actually.
You didn't prepare for that one.
Yeah. Actually, I'm doing now formation by Pôle emploi. And hopefully at the end of this training, I will get a job. Not in technology, in my work in the field of humanitarian work.
Because you have 9 years of humanitarian work.
Yes,
experience.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the ground. Congrats.
Thanks.
Thank you. And Enora, a mentor on the program, can you tell us a little bit more about?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Joséphine, for having invited me to speak today. And last year, when I met Techfugees, I didn't know what I could bring to the program, but I was sure I can share with all the fellows one thing. We all know that in France, when we want to create a startup, a company, and we want to raise money to launch this project, it's very complicated. It takes time, and I just wanted to share my experience with the fellows and to give them the right tips to make them understand the French ecosystem, the French institutions, and help them to develop all the skills they need to manage their project and make it successful.
And as a mentor, sometimes people come and they say, I'm a mentor, I'm the one bringing something. But I think from the feedback I heard from every mentor is you got a lot back. And so what did you get out of it?
Yeah, maybe I can talk about the main, the hardest thing we have to face during the program. I think the hardest thing is that all the fellows have to face many issues, like learning French, seeking and finding a job, but also a place to live, also understand the culture of the host country, taking care of themselves and their family. Finally, it was more a personal experience than a program to find a job or something. And I want to thank you, all the fellows, and for this program, because as you said, Joséphine, I think the mentors also learn a lot from this program, so thank you. And Rola, you have to write me an email to keep in touch, because I work in the French NGO, so I think we have many things to do together.
Thanks, Enora. And Enora works on a beautiful project. It's BSF, Bibliothèques Sans Frontières, and they provide libraries within refugee camps and also other places so that they can bring culture to people at disadvantage. Thank you, you too. Thank you, Rola. Thank you for the sponsors, the partners. Thank you to Station F. Thank you very much to Shipstead, and thank you very much to Google for startups. Wouldn't have been able to pull out this event without you guys and without your full year support. Because what I told you is they're helping us on the whole background, not cleaning my office, obviously, but helping us put out all of the work that we do on the background. Other people I want to thank individually Olivier Mathieu, Céline Lazorte from Litchi, and Jonathan from People's Doc, because they are private donors that give in money. They are CEO of tech companies that believe that it's an important cause, and they made personal donation to us, and they're supporting us. And I want to say thank you to all the anonymous donors, and we have many, that have given us resources and financial resources to put out this event without wanting to be named. But thank you for you guys, because we wouldn't be here without you. Now I'm going to invite Mandana, who's here, to do you a demo, sort of the Basefugees platform we're putting out.
So, hello everyone. I want to say, first of all, thank you for staying a little bit later. I know you're probably hungry and there's food waiting outside, so I'll try to make it as quick as possible. My name is, as Joséphine said, is Mandana Varahami. I'm based out of Austin, Texas. Really excited today to share an update that I think we've been waiting to give for a while, and it's finally here. It's on Techfugees data platform. I'm gonna walk through it in just a little bit, but want to first kick it off by saying thank you to the team. We're so lucky to be working with a very committed and talented team of volunteers. They include, but are not limited to, Chris Prusen. We have also Guillaume Boulangio, and other volunteers like him from the Amaris Foundation, and Alice Petrova, who is Techfugees staff based out of London. Their contributions have really been invaluable as we've tried to get this platform up and running. First, what is Basefugees? It's a web-based platform that addresses the needs of a rapidly growing Techfugees community, innovation in support of refugees, and solutions for those who are displaced, and a need for a platform that really brings together all of those technologies that exist. Our goal by 2020 is to have Basefugees essentially be that single location that everyone goes to know where what exists out there in terms of those types of solutions. We also need it just to, as our Techfugees community and the community at large is growing around this particular space, need a way to understand what's happening with the chapters, where we're seeing a lot of great innovation coming to the forefront. So we needed, as this has grown, a single place that people can go to have transparency to that information. We also want it to be a place where investors, where NGOs, and donors can go to see where can I contribute to supporting new innovation. We don't want innovation to stop with an idea or some initial development from a hackathon. We don't want it to stop there. We want to provide that support that gets high value potential products over the finish line and scaled. Now we're going to take a look at the first version of this. The great news is that a lot of this is already in development. Again, as I said, with the help of only volunteers, a volunteer product manager, a volunteer engineers, a volunteer UX designer and researcher. So again, a lot has happened in 2018, and again, it's thanks to all those folks. So with that, let's start with the homepage. So before I go into this, let's just imagine for a second that I'm a participant in a Techfugees hackathon in Paris. I am a technologist, and I've learned from my peers in the group, some of whom are individuals who have journeyed to Paris as refugees, that the key importance of learning French when they first arrived and the need for an application that would help them with easy, free access to instruction. Before planning a solution with the team and with my team in the hackathon, I might be interested in learning more about the other solutions that may exist around this particular topic. So in the past, I may have Googled that, but as we know, there's a lot that's out there that you can't Google because there's not a website yet that describes it, hasn't been launched yet. So this is where I can go to see what is in early stage and even in the ideation phase. When I arrive on this landing page, You're going to actually get access to and see the featured news from the Techfugees community, as well as projects that are coming out. But today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a search on applications that involve learning French through a web-based platform. So as you can see, I can click in Learn Language at the top of the screen. And what it's going to do, it's going to pull up some solutions that we know of in the market that have maybe come out of the hackathons or that we just know of through our community. And I see a list of products here. The first one is Alini. Do we have a representative from Alini here today? I'm looking for hands. Okay. It is based in Paris. And as you can see, the brief description is it is a platform that allows people to learn French through interactive. You can see when it was posted, you can see where it's based, you can see what stage of development, and so here we have general availability. You can see, is there any type of support that they need currently? And so this is where they can, whoever owns this project can actually put that here. And ultimately, down the road, an organization or investor can look to see where they can be supportive. And then the vertical. So this aligns with the 5 global challenges that that Joséphine mentioned earlier. We want to be able to define or tag what type of challenge it is supporting, and in some cases, it can be more than one. So now I can actually click on Alini, and that'll take me to the Alini project page. This is actually their website. Or actually it's their project page with a snapshot of their website, but in the project page you can also find their web link to go and explore further if they do have a website or other information online. So here I am, I'm doing this hackathon. I learned that there are other projects out there, so I go back to my team and I come up with another idea. When I come up with that new idea, I can actually click on Add Project so that I'm now contributing to this new database more directly. Right now, a lot of this exists just in a Google spreadsheet, so as you can imagine, everybody's very excited, anyone who's ever contributed to this database. So I can add that project. And then let's say, so that's sort of the end of that sort of use case. Let's assume now that I am an NGO, a representative of an NGO or a chapter lead. I've identified a challenge in the market, in the space, that doesn't have a solution. So as we saw in the existing projects, there will be an opportunity to place what type of challenge it's serving. But if there are no, for example, apps that help you learn French or help you learn the language, you will have the ability to add that challenge here. So now this challenge is going to be available to the broader community, so that if they're looking for new solutions that they want to invest in or to build, they'll have now a source of those challenges here that will be fed by NGOs, by refugees themselves, and chapters as well, chapter leads. Now the next thing is we want to allow for some form of networking. So you may also be interested, I may also be interested in understanding the community. So we're also going to allow the users to be part of this community. There will be this ability to be anonymous if you, when creating an account, want to be anonymous here. So we are recognizing the importance of trust here. But the idea here is that either you can make it anonymous or you can actually be noted here in this list. If I want to connect with other organizations who are supporting this space, I will also have this organization tab. This is going to be in the second phase of the development of this product, of this platform. But we know that ultimately we would love organizations. That could be NGOs, investors, donors, to be part of this. And then lastly, if I want to connect with someone who is either in the community or in the organization, or they've developed a project that I want to understand more about, you'll have that ability to connect with them through this platform. So it's really just an all-encompassing solution for those who are really involved in either innovating or supporting technology for the displaced. And we're really, hopefully next year this time, we'll find a way to do the web-based version. Before then, hopefully you'll see it through an announcement. But as I said, we're in development. We are looking for other volunteers to volunteer. Certainly welcome that. If you know of any engineers or if you yourself are interested, we're looking for someone with experience with Node.js in React. That is, I try to keep it short because I know y'all are probably hungry, but just want to say thank you for your time. Are there any questions? If there are any questions, happy to take them, or feel free to find me at the remainder of the summit, or you can reach me at mandana@techfugees.com.